Hello everybody, I am Hoardergamer and this is Hoarder's Comic Flex. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a good day. We're going to have a review today of Gotham Knights Gilded City #2. We're going to talk about toy around a bit. We're also going to talk about video games, mostly comic book related video games, and really cool news about other video games that pertain to the type of show that I do. So we're going to start with a review today. We have Gotham Knights Gilded City #2. And if you are into the gaming, you heard that correct. Gotham Knights. This is the official comic book prequel to the video game. And in the first issue, there was an insane case of FOMO, fear of missing out, created through a version of Scarecrow's neurotoxin, or fear toxin. And here we have Batman heading to Bloodhaven to basically fill in Nightwing on what's happening. But we find out they are heavily estranged. He basically went to Bloodhaven to get away from Bruce. And when he sees Bruce, they end up fighting. And one of the reasons they're fighting is because Nightwing is in a specific place to stop a crime from happening. He knows what's going down, and he doesn't have time to explain this to Bruce. They get into a fight. It's really interesting. But you see here too that Robin basically is more like, with Batman, and Nightwing is separate, doing his own thing in Bloodhaven. So basically Batman tells him about the FOMO virus, and we also cut back to the 1800s with the character Runaway, who is trying to save somebody. But things don't go well. And we see what could be our first Talon in this comic. A Talon with a mechanical hand or arm, not fully explained, actually punches through someone's chest from the back. So, pretty crazy. I'm not going word for word or giving all the details there, but it was good. In fact, I like issue 2 more than I liked issue 1. And I think the character of Runaway, just like I said with issue 1, is really interesting. And I'm excited to see where this goes with that character. Also, it's neat to have this prequel that kind of, show the last case that Batman was on before the events of Gotham Knights. So, plus, you do get DLC with each issue. So, basically it comes in a plastic wrapper similar to the Fortnite comic book that came out. I think that was also 6 issues. This is meant to be, I believe, 6 issues as well. And there's a code. And for this one, you get special Eskrima sticks for Nightwing. And if you've ever watched me play Gotham Knights, you'll notice that the villains are the ones screaming when I play him. But yeah, so there's a piece of DLC with each issue, and that's the piece that you get with issue 2. Issue 3 is going to be Tonfas for Batgirl, and issue 4 was just solicited, I believe, yesterday or today, and that's going to be guns for Red Hood. Special looking guns for Red Hood. So, very cool. Also, if you get all 6 issues, you get a 7th piece of DLC. We don't know what that is yet, though. So, something to look forward to. And, I like this book so far. Evan Narcisse, he worked on War for Wakanda, the expansion from Marvel's Avengers, and has done a number of comics, including at one point, I believe, was writing the flagship Black Panther comic book. Do they have any codes to play as Batman, not Bruce? No, but a lot of people seem to think if they do a big chunk of story DLC, which Warner Montreal is known for, especially with Arkham Origins, there's a big chunk of big chunk of story DLC, including Mr. Freeze. That was really well done. And people are thinking that it could be like Batman, so like a prequel, you know, type of thing, DLC. We'll see. And then if that's the case, does it tie into the events of the comic? I don't know. Is this going to be a preview of what would happen if that is what the case? Again, though, as I've said before, actually, we'll cover this in another segment in a moment. But yeah, I really like Batman Gotham Knights Gilded City, and I enjoyed issue 2 more than issue 1. I'm going to send this back to Bloodhaven now. There we go. I didn't remove my camera like last week, so that's good. I've avoided that for, at least 5 minutes. So we're good. We're good there for at least 5 minutes. That would be a good costume. Let's see. Who do you mean? Do you mean Batman or... Not sure what you mean by good costume. But yeah, as you can see, we have a number of things to talk about today, and we only have one comic book review. And it made sense. Usually, if I only have one review, it's at the end of the show. But being that we're going to talk about the game Gotham Knights now, it only made sense to have the comic book review for Gotham Knights Gilded City number 2 at the beginning of the show. All of them. Okay. I'm not sure what to say to that. Hey Kiki, how you doing? But everybody, Gotham Knights, first piece of DLC, coming on the 29th. Okay. We're going to talk about Gotham Knights right now, and then another game with stuff on the 29th in a little bit. But right now we're on Gotham Knights. Heroic Assault. Now, the Gotham Knights Compendium, which is like, it's become a staple of this show for the last, like, I think 3 weeks. And I show that it exists because it has like crazy information that like very few people seem to know. So it's going to be in Northern Gotham. It's going to be a new case file for Gotham Knights, a raid case file. Again, with the way they talk about that as a new case file, it makes it seem like there's going to be more than one. There's also the possibility of a new villain showing up with it. Not a guarantee, but it could happen. Also, one of the reasons that's a possibility is they show a picture including a silhouette of somebody, and the silhouette doesn't seem to match anyone. So, I don't know. There were rumors of Two-Face being in the game, and then there was actual promotion that said face-to-face, but it was two-face. So, like face, Two-Face. But, you know, if you've played the game, you know he's not in it. Good to see you, Doctor Who. How you doing? Oh, yeah, I'm doing well. Full disclosure, I did screw up a little bit. So when I picked up the comics, I forgot to grab Doctor Strange #1 by Tradd Moore. I did. So it was just one comic book review, but we got a number of things to talk about. So right now we're just talking about the game Gotham Knights. And as we go back to the Sainted Tome of Gotham Knights Collector's Compendium, which is a strategy guide / art book / behind the scenes book. On page 19, it talks about Villain Showdown. So basically, those items pertaining to villains that are in the Belfry, you'll be able to approach them, fight the boss again. The boss will be able to level up and have new abilities each time you face them, which I think sounds awesome. And it basically seems like the end game is going to be raids as well as that. I don't know if there will be other things on top of that, but also probably some story DLC, because again, Warner Montreal is known for it. But yeah, this book here, page 19, talks about Villain Showdown. And again, it's like information that they have not actually come out and said yet. But this is a book that anyone can get a copy of, you know? Like, I think it's available on Amazon right now. It's between like 35 and 40, depending on what it's, you know, what it's selling for. Amazon's kind of weird that way. Like, one day it could be one price, the next day it could be a different one. Is everybody looking forward to it? I can tell you that Doom Squad Gaming, of which I am a proud member of, I'm also borrowing the channel right now for this show. We'll be having a lot of us being playing this content, as well as other content I'll be bringing up in just a moment. So my plan right now is to use either Red Hood or Batgirl. I'm not sure yet. Those are my two mains, and they were my two mains as I was playing the campaign as well. So right now, I believe I'm going to be playing with Hero Mentor. We don't have two others yet for our team, though. So we might have to go with random players, or we'll see if anyone else wants to join us. We're going to be on PlayStation, so. But yeah, that's going to be on the 29th of November, which is next Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Is anyone else playing the Heroic Assault? Anyone else looking forward to it? I look forward to it because it's going to be 4-player, you know? Oh, and everybody, I found out something really cool in Gotham Knights if you're playing it. One of the most upsetting enemies in the game is the Drone Master. It's the character that's controlling drones, and they, like, you know, you destroy their drones, right? And then, oh, drones are back just a few seconds later. I definitely feel that enemy needs a nerf, and I'm not the only person. A lot of people feel that. Anyway, if you have Barbara, you can hack the Drone Master, shock them for a few seconds, the drones explode. So with her hacking ability, she can do some pretty cool things to the Drone Master. I tried that out last night, and I was very surprised. At first, I tried hacking the drones. I wasn't able to. But then when I tried to hack the Drone Master, it said shocking. And when I did that, yeah, she started shaking, electric shock type of thing, and the drones just like pop like balloons, like blow up. That's not really a sound effect. I don't know what I was doing there, but yeah, they exploded. It was really neat. Looking forward to watching Mammoth and his squad. That's awesome. Yeah, it's going to be new, and I think it's going to be fun. It'd be really awesome if they threw in a boss we haven't seen or a villain we haven't seen. Even a villain type would be cool. Be like, oh my god. Again, though, rather than big story DLC, I would prefer, as I've said before, to have like a new villain come to Gotham, set up shop in a certain area, and then, like, you know, after you take on enough of the henchmen, a couple story cinemas, then you fight them. And another, you know, that makes another then boss battle that's replayable, where that boss would level up, and then you'd be able to, or that boss would also get new abilities. That'd be really neat. Now, on the 29th, members of Doom Squad Gaming will be playing other content from a different game. A game a lot of you may have forgotten. Came out all the way in September 1st of not 2022, not 2021, 2020. It's called Marvel's Avengers. And Bucky Barnes, also known as the Winter Soldier, is coming to the game, as well as a super cool OLT/raid thing called the Cloning Lab, which we've waited for almost 2 years. However, there's a catch. There's a catch. You have to be at level 175 to do this new content, where you get to face off against MODOK again. And if you're not at 175, you can't really play it. So when Bucky launches, it'll probably take you, I think, a few months in order to run him through the new content. And I feel that with the player base, that wasn't the best idea. You can totally disagree with me. Some people have, some people agree. I was happy to be on the Doom Squad Gaming weekly wrap-up on Saturday, and I said my piece there, that I feel that with the size of the player base, having story-based content locked to 175 was an extreme decision. And I would like it if they could have a version, maybe even just a villain sector, that, 150ers could play at. Still make it endgame, 150, right? I understand if they can't have it at level 70 or 40 or something, or, real early like that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing as Bucky. That looks pretty neat. One thing I thought would be really awesome is if one of his emotes was to, place a mask on his face or remove the mask. I thought that would be an awesome emote. Similar to some of the emotes we've been seeing in Fortnite. So rather than selling the exact same skin with a half mask over the mouth part like he has in some of his incarnations in the comics, have it where he has it on and then he can take it off as the emote. I think that would be really cool. Also, I find it funny that he looks like Glenn Danzig. Lead singer of Misfits and the lead of the band Danzig, Glenn Danzig, he resembles him quite a bit. Their take on the Winter Soldier, at least. But yeah, a number of us in Doom Squad Gaming will be playing that as well. So on the 29th, we'll be doing Heroic Assault and the Marvel's Avengers Winter Soldier stuff. That's all on the 29th of Tuesday. Not all of us will be doing both. I plan on doing both. Again, though, sadly, I don't have anyone at 175. The highest I have is 161 or 162, I think. So it'll be a while before I can do that content. See, with Destiny, it's a little different story. That's a massive player base. When you're like, oh, you can't do the raid unless you're this level, there's that. But then there's another thing. When there's a big expansion and they release a new raid, there's usually a leveled up version or almost like a token that you can spend, like a digital thing, that's included with that expansion that lets you have someone at a high level that lets you enjoy that content. Well, Misplaced, you make me feel so much better. Thank you. I was fully expecting everyone to just pile on me and be like, you suck if not everyone's at 175. Yeah, so I have every character at 150, and I have two of them at one at 162 and one at 160. And then what was it? I think it's Captain America, who I just really never got to playing with. He's low. He for me is I think 70 or 80. But everyone else I have at 150, And then the idea is there's just not that much content to go through, right? If there's more content, I wouldn't be so upset about this cool battle against MODOK that's multiplayer that I cannot do yet. We should get paid to level up the characters. Mike, what I wish after playing Gotham Knights, and I brought this up before, is that once you level up one character, they're all leveled up. At first, I felt differently about all that. But now, after playing Gotham Knights and seeing that you level up Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, or Red Hood, and they all level up, and they all get the points to spend on their abilities, I feel that's the way to go. I feel what they should do then with Marvel's Avengers is charge a nominal fee, not just for the outfits and things you can unlock in the pass, but for the character themselves. And then also have like a cool replayable story mission. Doesn't have to be a 4 or 5 hour expansion you only play once. Just like 1 or 2 story missions, maybe a couple cinemas. Spidey is your lowest? Oh, Black Panther is actually my highest. Black Panther is one of the characters I would end game with. Thor or Black Panther are way up there for me. Doom, how you doing? I'll be honest though, I wish it was Mighty Thor, Jane, that was at high levels like that, but she's not quite there yet. I think she's at 150 for me. Doom, I was just talking about how we have our, I guess I wouldn't call it a takeover, but on the 29th, we're going to be having fun with Gotham Knights, and members of Doom Squad are going to be having fun with Gotham Knights, as well as Marvel's Avengers, with the new content. Jane is 161 and Black Widow is 1. Wow. See, you're higher than I am. You're higher than I am. Like, yeah, I only have like 2 characters in the 160s. Because I kept jumping around. Every time they did like the 4 times or 3 times experience, I jumped to another character. Rather than focus on a couple for the endgame stuff, OLT and raids and stuff, I was like, no, I'm gonna level up like everybody. And then, the content, as I said, it's just the same for like the last 2 years. Well, I'm sorry, we'll say at least the last year. They've added very little in the way of actual story content this year. We'll say that. And when you play it over and over and over, you are going to get tired of it, Although it did feel good. I took about a 2-month hiatus, and I played a little of it, I think it was last night, and I had fun. Yeah, Gotham Knights, I think, is great. Also, everybody, if you're interested in Gotham Knights and don't have a copy yet, $34.99 or $39.99. That's pretty much the going rate for Black Friday. So, like, at least in the United States, you'll be able to grab a copy for that price. As of today, when I checked Amazon, they were already sold out of the PS5 version of Gotham Knights. I don't know about Xbox, but at that $34.99 price, it's been popular. Callisto Protocol looks good. Let me touch on that real quick, if you don't mind. There's other really kind of neat gaming news to talk about that's brief, but let me touch about that. Has anyone heard about the DLC plan for Callisto Protocol? I'm not thrilled with it. It's very weird. And I'll say it like this. I'm worried it'll give WB Games / NetherRealm Studios some terrible ideas. Terrible ideas. Okay. So apparently, you need to buy the season pass or like the best version of the game, or you're missing out on 13 death animations. Death animations that have been shown in previews of the game. I don't even know if there's like base death animations the game has, or if it's all the cool death animations you've seen for previews are part of that pass. But there's 13 of them that are. So I feel that's an odd decision. So rather than the $60 version, I think it's like 80 or 90 or something to get that. And then I believe there's going to be story content. That was just announced today. That's new information, so I don't have all the details. But yes. Now, this is what worries me, everybody. We know that either Injustice 3, which is what I hope comes out next, because let's be honest, MK11 was 2019. How greedy to get another Mortal Kombat before Injustice when Injustice was like 2017. But regardless, what if they like decide fatalities are DLC? Injustice doesn't have fatalities, but they have something similar. What if they decide that's DLC now? That would be upsetting. That would be upsetting. Oh no, I think the game's going to be really good, Misplaced. I just feel that is a disappointing way to do DLC. You know? I think that's a disappointing way to get people to spend another like $20 on your game. Because some people want those death animations probably even more than the rest of the DLC. Imagine Tomb Raider, right? Those awesome 3 Tomb Raider games that came out. Imagine if, like, the death animations for Laura you had to pay for. Oh, definitely, definitely. But I mean, when you're starting to piecemeal elements like the death animations of characters, I think it's a little bit extreme. Yeah, story DLC, I have no problem with that. Skins and things like that. And that brings us to our next game, actually, talking about skins. Midnight Suns. Midnight Suns comes out December 2nd. I'm very much looking forward to it. King Greek is actually like 80 hours into it. Did a video today about that. 80 hours. It's a huge game. It's huge. Huge. Anyway, you can buy the base version, and then when you buy the season pass, you get those 22 or 23 skins. So you don't have to buy the most expensive version of the game right off the bat. Basically, the season pass comes with those skins. So just something to keep in mind. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. Yes, I will be picking up Devil in Me. I haven't picked it up yet, though. Jessie Buckley is an awesome Irish actress, and she, I think, is the female lead in that game. She might be up for an Oscar this year. I got to know who she was from Fargo Season 4, where she stole the show. She was phenomenal as a very, very scary nurse. But yeah, Midnight Suns looks amazing. If you don't know about the DLC, it's awesome. It's Venom, Deadpool, who actually launches first, I think in January or February, Storm, and Venom. Oh, I'm sorry, I said Venom twice, right? Morbius. The living vampire. Plus you get story DLC with that, actual like story missions, expansions to the Abbey, and skins. So I really think that's a really cool DLC for that game. No, not Moon Knight yet. In fact, they made a little bit of a joke about it. Deadpool did in the Deadpool trailer. So a lot of people are hoping that this will be super popular, and then they'll actually do another season pass of 4 more characters. If that happens, then they need to have Elsa, Bloodstone, and Moon Knight for sure. I'm gonna morb. Well, I don't blame you. I don't blame you for wanting to morb. But yeah, I still feel the game could use a demo. Apparently we're not getting one. It does worry me about how this game is going to do, just because there's still a lot of people that see it as only a card game, and some people that, I kid you not, have confused it with Snap. I don't know if 2K Games didn't understand that or what, but I'm hoping it sells well, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Any Marvel game that focuses on the supernatural or horror elements or horror enemies is awesome. You're basically against Lilith and Chthon here. plus other real popular villains in the Marvel Universe. Some that get corrupted by Lilith. So, yeah, it's going to be really neat. Everyone else looking forward to Midnight Suns? Are we going to have midnight fun with Midnight Suns? By the way, same day as Callisto Protocol. How insane is that? They both come out December 2nd. Callisto I'll be getting later. I'm not going to grab that at launch. I do want to play it though. I do want to play it because it's the spiritual successor to Dead Space. I mean, and also next year we get a new Dead Space. So, well, I think it's kind of a reimagining or remake, but still very cool. Okay, everybody. I think we have talked. Well, oh, just a little bit more game news. I apologize. Just a little, not much, just a little bit. The Game Awards. I want to say it's December 8th. I believe it's December 8th. Right now, the talk is that they're going to have pre-orders go live and release dates for some really big games. It's almost a guarantee that Diablo 4 will have pre-orders go live and a release date. Okay? Now, there's also talk that Star Wars Jedi Survivor will also get a release date and pre-orders going live. So my hope, because we saw Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League last year, and they actually had, live Amanda Waller, and it was awesome. And again, my only flex that I can do, besides, that, is that I actually got to go to the Game Awards last year and see that live. So that was amazing seeing Amanda Waller live there. Anyway, hopefully they'll have another trailer, because it's been a year now, and a release date and pre-orders going live for Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. Gotham Knights is already out. Hopefully they can start up the big machine of promotion for this game. This is Rocksteady's new game, and I'm very much looking forward to it. No, I flex on comics and toys, not on plebes. Not on plebes. But yeah, I thought that was some cool news to share with everybody, that we might get actual release dates. Like, the big focus may not be new trailers for games we've never seen. It might be more information and trailers or gameplay on those things, plus release dates and pre-orders going live. That's what it kind of sounds like they're shooting for this year. But for some of these games, there's a lot of excitement about them or around them, and I really think that's cool. I really think that's cool. Now it's time for us to toy around. Okay. If you want a moment of cringe, it is coming. Get ready. Not the picture I'm about to show you. That's awesome. But, what I'm about to do. Big E. Oh my God. Big E. Sorry, I already screwed it up. Can't you see? Your toys hypnotize me. And I just love your plastic ways. Notorious B.I.G., everybody. From Super 7 Ultimates. Look at this insane amount of detail. Look at this action figure. This company has just been... Now you can see me again. This company has done awesome figures recently. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Simpsons, and they're known for insane and awesome accessories and an amazing amount of detail. They are a little pricey. This is $54.99, But I mean, when you see all the accessories it comes with, I think you'll understand why it's that price. Also, the detail. I was just like, this is wild. Okay, so that's the first picture. Let me show you everything he comes with. Three heads. So 2 extra heads. And with these kind of toys, they like to say a profile. They very rarely say head anymore. They say optional profiles, like 2 optional profiles, besides the main one. A glass of, I'm guessing, champagne, a microphone, glasses, a necklace, a cane, multiple hands, multiple hats. I was like, that's wild. That's wild. And to keep up the music theme, there's another action figure coming out, which is insanely detailed, but also priced accordingly to this detail. Here he is, looking to drain you. Or your wallet, actually. Kurt Cobain. Look at this insane detail. Look at the jeans, look at the sweater, the freaking guitar, the cigarette in his mouth. He also comes with a pair of glasses that are like rounded frames that you might have seen him in pictures with. I think it looks amazing. I believe it's a 12-inch figure. But again, the price on this, $325. I definitely had to show everybody this because it looks amazing. And how many toys have cigarettes? But like, it looks exactly like him. They went so far as to have him have his wedding ring on. And yeah, it's insane. There were like 5 or 6 different pictures of this action figure. No, it's not a real mini cigarette. No, how would it be that? But yeah, I was really impressed with this. And then I'm thinking to myself, did they get the licensing from, like, I think Gibson for the guitar? Like, is that one of the reasons it's so insanely expensive? But like, yeah, look at the sweater and everything, man. It's super cool looking. But very, very pricey. And finally, something awesome and affordable. Something a hoarder will probably end up picking up. Victor Freeze, everybody. Mr. Freeze from McFarlane Toys. Now, I need to get a really better look at him because I don't know if that's the Gotham Knights Mr. Freeze. It might be. It might be. I didn't have time to compare them. But regardless, I think it looks fantastic. I like the coloring. I love the way they did the dome. He's got the red goggles. He's got an awesome looking freeze gun. I very much like that. And this will be between $19.99 and $24.99. McFarlane Toys. So much more affordable than both Notorious B.I.G. and, well, extremely more affordable than Kurt Cobain. But yeah, I really like this Mr. Freeze a lot. Mr. Freeze is one of my favorite DC villains, especially depending on who writes him. There's only a few sympathetic DC villains to me, and Mr. Freeze and Clayface are 2 of them. Oh, the ventriloquist as well. Isn't it nice? Isn't it Mr. Freeze nice? I love Hasbro Pulse. I like them a lot. I like Pulse a lot. In fact, it's amazing that you did that because... Hold on. Let me put Victor back into deep freeze. Look what I got today. Serpentor. Serpentor from G.I. Joe Classified. The packaging is absolutely freaking insane. It's got a fold open door set up. It's got a freaking well-made slip cover that the entire thing slides into. Like this part right here, that's like a slip cover. And I just opened it, so I didn't have time to actually fully open it, you know, in a non-maniac way. Like not tearing the packaging open, because I don't want to do that. But like, yes, Serpentor and his air chariot. Some of the artwork there. But yeah, this is from Hasbro Pulse. This was an exclusive that they had during Pulse Day. PulseCon, actually. Sorry. It's 2 days, PulseCon. Every year they have a cool convention, and if you're a member at Pulse, you get first dib at things. And they actually did something really nice. They actually were able to get some more together, I believe, and had some available. God, when was it? Like about a month or two ago. But yeah, I'm very happy to have him. I'm sorry, Misplaced. For me to do it carefully, it would take too long. I had no idea he would have all this. I thought he would just have the flip open doors, and I could be like, take a look at him. But no. And then there's like sealing. Like I have to go with a knife or something and like edge along the... It's a process. I will show this off next week, though. This isn't like what you'd say a cliffhanger is. But this is something I guess to maybe look forward to next week. But yeah, I'm very happy I got this. I love the G.I. Joe Classified line, and I only really collect Cobra. 2 reasons. To save money. Save space. 3 reasons. Save money, save space, and also as a kid, I basically just collected Cobra stuff. I had like mutinies within Cobra. Like I would have Tomax and Zaymot, the twins, basically go against Destro and things like that. I would have the Dreadnoughts, go against Cobra Commander. I would have like, because I guess I was a screwed up kid. But yes, I very much like this, and I'll put it right there for now. So I apologize, I can't open that right now. I'm sorry. Okay, everybody. Because this is a slightly different formatted episode, I'm playing the ghost piano, or priming the pump, as I like to say, for any suggestions or ideas for next week's episode. And I'm doing this a little earlier before we look at the future, the very near future of comics, because there's not another review. Basically we're starting to get towards the end of the show. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. So I figured I would do this part right now. First up, hopefully what you've been waiting for, and if you haven't been here it comes. Everybody, we're going to look at the future of comics, the very near future of comics, all the way to 1 week from today. First up, I'm guessing you probably know who that is on the cover. Data. I believe Commander Data now. So, when you have a comic book that has just the name Star Trek or Star Wars or whatever the big massive property is, that's a project that the company believes a lot in. This is supposed to be one of the best Star Trek comic books made. This is issue 2. I have issue 1, and I apologize I haven't read it yet. I will before this comes out. Probably tonight, actually. Probably read it tonight. So, this crew Benjamin Sisko from Deep Space Nine. After everything having to do with his spiritual awakening and his true destiny. So if you're a Star Trek fan, you're already excited by that concept. Data. And then a number of other awesome Star Trek characters in what could be one of the best Star Trek stories by two of the best Marvel comic book writers that are writing this book for IDW. Star Trek. So definitely keep an eye out on this. And when I review issue 2, which I'm going to review issue 2 next week, I will also give a little bit of information on issue 1. And yeah, we'll see exactly like how it is, but I expect it to be awesome. Early talk of this series has been phenomenal. So yeah, Star Trek. Star Trek. And now this cover is going to go where quite a few covers have gone before. Next up. Well, would you look at that? Batman. But Batman Detective Comics Annual. So, basically, each huge comic book, something like a Spider-Man or Batman, something like that. It doesn't just have to be DC. They'll have an annual, and sometimes it'll be connected to the exact story arc going on. Sometimes it'll be like an offshoot with like a number of stories and just like this, really cool romp, Well, here's the newest Detective Comics, and I got to tell you that this has been one of the best runs of Detective Comics in a while. Ram V, has been knocking it out of the park, and so has I want to say his name is Raphael Albuquerque. If I have the first name wrong, I apologize. But that artwork has been astounding too. So Batman Detective Comics has been great. There's no reason to think this annual won't be great as well. At this point, though, I don't know if it's directly connected to the current story arc called Overture, which is basically like a gothic opera of Batman. That's how this story has been laid out. It's pretty awesome. Ram V was also the writer of Venom, and I don't know if he's still writing Venom because I know L. Ewing is now. But that was really good. Also, he wrote some of the best Swamp Thing. Ram V is definitely someone to keep an eye on. And I'm going to send this back to Gotham. The segues can't all be as good as some of the other ones, And this. Thanos Death Notes. So, basically, this is going to be a whole big Thanos, one shot, but also leading into next year, the future of, the dark and scary part of the Marvel Universe, apparently. So, if you're a Thanos fan or a big Marvel fan, this should be a cool book. It's a one-shot. It's not like an ongoing series, but Thanos Death Notes. I will send this back to nowhere. Actually, somewhere my hard drive. It is somewhere. It's my hard drive. Okay, everybody. Do we have any suggestions, any ideas for things you want me to talk about? Toy lines, movies, TV. If I have the time, I could do a review of the new Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special next week. That's a possibility. Right now, if you were to ask me what I'll be reviewing next week, I would think it would be Thanos Death Notes and Star Trek #2. That's what I'm pretty sure I'll end up reviewing. I usually don't like to commit to reviews that quickly. I usually like to think about that a bit, but it seems like this is what's almost a bye week in comic books. So like when you have a fifth week, or nearly a fifth week, I think technically it's going to be, was it the 31st or the 1st? Whatever. It just seems like not a lot of comic books are coming out, and I mean it across the entire industry next week. Oh, thank you, Misplaced. I didn't know that. I knew Wednesday was going to be airing soon. I didn't know when, though. Thank you. Thank you. All I knew is some point in November, which could have been all the way to next Tuesday or Wednesday, I guess. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, you know what? Wednesday, I guess, would be the 31st of November, so that would be a fifth week. Yeah, so in the comic industry, they used to do like a big event book on the fifth week because like there weren't enough books to cover, only usually 4 weeks. So it's a very light week next week. Also, anyone that wants the Dan Slott She-Hulk Omnibus, it comes out December 7th. December 7th. That's one of the best runs of She-Hulk. That book was so popular it went out of freaking print in a few months. And they even did a brand new art cover for it too, which is neat, if you get it from a comic book shop. That's one clever way they have of getting people to buy trades and hardcovers at comic shops, unique covers. But yeah, I'll check out Wednesday, and maybe I'll end up reviewing the first episode of that. Let me think on that. It might be Guardians, I don't know. Honestly, too, that's also right after the Marvel's Avengers and Gotham Knights DLC, so I'm guessing I'll speak about that as well. I don't know if you're going to be able to get away from that if you want to. Everybody, I want to thank you all very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. I want to thank Doomkiller HD, Doom Squad Gaming. Again, I am a very proud member of Doom Squad Gaming. For letting me borrow the channel for this show. Thank you very much. And let's see, what else do I have to say? A happy Thanksgiving to everybody. To everybody that celebrates Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. Or early happy Thanksgiving. Let's see. I don't know of anything else real specific, you know. Oh, I'm also available. What am I saying available? I'm also on Twitch, twitch.tv/Hoardergamer. I do variety streaming there. I attempt to entertain there. At least as well as I entertain here. So, it gives you an idea. You have an entertainment baseline from me that way. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching, and I will hopefully see you either on Twitch or next week on this episode, or no, next episode. Would it be insane if like I copied this episode word for word and just redid it? I'm not going to. It'll be a new episode next week, but just an insane idea came to my mind. Anyway, everyone have an excellent holiday, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.